Good morning, hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 3rd of December. Now I am outside, it's a beautiful spring day here. I thought I'd share some of my spring with you and finally get outside. We've had rain, clouds, everything, you name it here in Australia, but finally we've got a nice warm day today. So yes Martin, I can bring you some sunshine and some bird sounds. Hopefully you can hear the birds in the background over me yapping. So I'll get started and we'll see what comes up. Oh, if you are new here, I do use a lot of code names for a lot of the global leaders, if you're wondering who I'm talking about, just so you don't get confused. And also sometimes my comments disappear off YouTube. We know they censor it very tightly. So anyway, we'll just get started and we'll see what comes up. Yeah, I'm getting just... We often talk to you about... we talk about the reset rollout as the COVID agenda story, and now I'm getting like the COVID agenda story continues. So I feel like now we're starting that new year. We've turned the chapter now and we're into 2023. The COVID agenda story is to continue. Now, I would say we're going to get a lot more of the part 2 book. I often talk about there's more to the reset than just the original reset book. There's like part 2, so I am feeling that there's a lot that's going to start to come out now. We know things are going to be on the move. Penny, I've got Penny tied up out here, guys, my little dog I'm babysitting. So I feel like there's going to be more of that rolling out very soon. I'd give it a couple of weeks and we're going to start to see a lot more things that we haven't thought of or we haven't heard of yet to do with the reset. It's going to like be quite even shocking to all of us who are awake people on this channel, watching all this from afar, but we're even going to get a shock by some of the nonsense and garbage that they're going to try to feed to people now, because none of it's going to make sense. Same old to us, but to a lot of people being sleepwalkers, the people waking up, it's not going to make any sense either, because I keep saying they're coming out of that mass psychosis now. They're starting to get some of the truths very slowly, but they are starting to get some of the truths. So I'm getting that the COVID agenda story continues. Oh, it just never ends. I got that in my reading the other day, guys, about the CV virus is now immortal. See, when these global elites tried to bring out different things like the Japanese encephalitis, mosquito jab and the monkeypox jab and a lot of these kind of things, it didn't take off. So they had to go back and reassess, well, what works? And they know that the CV virus works and all the variants and everything that they put, Omicron and all this stuff, B5 or whatever it is, they know that that's going to work. So they're going to stick to that now, and it's going to become the immortal CV virus. It's going to go on and on and on, unless of course these sleepwalkers and people jump off and change their narrative. Actually, guys, I don't know, a lot of you out there might have watched it. It's on Rumble. I know a lot of you probably are on Rumble. And it's called, Penny, it's called Died Suddenly. What a great documentary. I watched that last night. I've been meaning to watch it for weeks and weeks and weeks. Brilliant. It's got all the embalming people, the funeral directors and that kind of thing, talking about their truths. It's probably in America, I would say. The documentary is probably made in America, I'm just thinking, but it shows all the blood clots and how they're so abnormal, and they explain them like these sort of white rubbery like calamari kind of clots. It's very interesting. So if you get the chance to go watch it, guys, Died Suddenly, because there's a lot of people that have died suddenly, and it's all showing on their statistics. See, people have been documenting this stuff. You've got to remember that. I keep saying people are journaling, people are documenting, they're taking photos, they've got samples of these things that since this began, and they're saying it's not from the CV virus. They know this is from the jabs, because it coincides when people were jabbed that they die like a week later. So a lot of this has been documented. So I thought that's a good little show to watch if any of you get the chance to look at it. I know it's probably not on YouTube, but it is on Rumble, and sometimes people will share that on a lot of their channels too. So go and check it out. Died Suddenly, worth viewing. Let's see where else we go. See, people are trying to return to their old lives. It's showing me that not us. We know our old lives are gone. We know we have to move forward. We get it. We've already moved on. We're creating our new life. We're simplifying things. But these people who are waking up, they're starting to feel like how do I get back to my old life? How do I get back to my old life? See, this is what's going on in their head now. How do we get back there? Because they know they're being taken down to nothing. See, it's becoming obvious. It's not hidden anymore. It's not hidden. Your government is not trying to save you anymore. Your government is destroying you. Very obvious to us. It's becoming obvious to these sleepwalkers as well now that your government is destroying you. They make it sound like they're not and they're going to help everybody, but we know that they're not. That's not part of the plan and the agenda, is it? Let's see where else we go. God, again, America. America's on a very destructive path now. God, they're showing me like a steamroller in America, and it's rolling over. They're showing me like a violet crumble bar, and it's just squashing everything. It's just squashing this violet crumble bar, and it's all crunching and scrunching and squashing it down to a fine dust. Now, this would be, I feel, the people in America are being squashed. They're being rolled over. They're being steamrolled in America. We know this has been going on for a couple of years. We know Biden and Hunter Biden and all this. They're just steamrolling people, and they're trying to squash everything. I said the other day there's a lot of hiding of evidence, burning of evidence, trying to dismiss things so nothing comes up in any narratives. We know they're trying to stop anything on Facebook posts and YouTube or anything that might prove the truth. This is what's happening in America. There's a huge steamrolling going on at the moment around the truth's getting out. They're trying to squash the people and squash any, well, truths, like I keep saying. So I'm getting that steamroller crunching over this violet crumble bar. Just, if you can imagine that. That's the squashing of the people. God, it's even showing me in America, it's showing me not only do they want to squash the people, and this rollout's kind of happening with the steamroller over the violet crumble bar, but it's showing me that once they get that down, then they want to like tar it like a bitumen road and seal everything, seal all the documents, seal everything up so that people can't find anything. I'm getting that visual of the bitumen then being rolled, but it's not rolled yet. I keep saying people are going to stand up to all this garbage and nonsense, and they are. So I'm definitely getting that they haven't got to seal all these documents and that yet. We know they're trying to hide it and suppress everything. There's a lot of stuff going on in America at the moment, and I said it's around everything. It's around that January 6th riots, it's around the Biden, it's around the Hunter Biden. Look at his cognitive decline. Like, seriously, they're even trying to cover that up and squash everything, like squash any truths coming out, and then wanting to seal it up with this bitumen road, but they haven't got to the bitumen yet. It's almost like the bitumen delivery trucks are running late, which is a good thing because it allows the truth still to come out. But I am getting a lot of this cover-ups. That's the image that I'm getting in America. There's heaps of cover-ups happening at the moment. It's that real quick, like I said the other day, burn everything down, burn all the facts and the information and hide everything so it doesn't come out. But it's still coming out because it's not sealed yet. Nothing's covered up and sealed. You can only cover things up for so long, can't you? And they haven't even got to seal it yet, so things can still come out. So stay positive in America. I'm getting Britain, London. I'm getting 10 Downing Street. A lot of activity in 10 Penny. A lot of activity in 10 Downing Street. There's a lot going on behind closed doors. I keep seeing Sushi with his, is it a quill pen with the feather on it? Doing his, like, he's writing. He's very, very busy in his little office in 10 Downing Street. Sushi's really, he's really diligent. He's one of these really hard workers. He's very diligent behind closed doors. He's a real dot the I's, cross the T's. He doesn't miss much. So when he rolls his narrative out, which is coming in a couple of weeks' time, he's going to be very efficient with it. He's going to be, and he's going to be forthcoming as well in his narrative. He's going to air that to the people. He's going to let them know what's going on. He's not going to keep them in the dark, and it doesn't mean people will like it, but he's going to really have everything done officially so he can just roll it out. Like I said yesterday, he wants it smooth. He wants a red carpet after red carpet after red carpet. He doesn't want people knocking him off his course or knocking the narrative off its course, the rollout. So he's in his 10 Downing Street just doing these ones at the moment, making sure everything's done on paper, officially and professionally. I don't think that people are going to be very receptive to it all, though, personally. I still see lots of strikes and standing up and anyway, let's see where else we go today. Get New Zealand, and I'm getting Jabcinda, and I'm getting that things are coming back to bite her in the ass. I'm getting this elastic band. You know when you stretch the elastic band, we talk about it here sometimes, and you let go of it and it pings back and hits the person in the hand or whatever. That's what I'm getting for Jacinda. I mean Jabcinda. I'm still getting used to that name. She's gonna get hit with a lot of things that are coming back at her, and they're not great. I am getting that things are coming back to bite her in the ass. It's sort of around, I'm getting this false allegations, things she said haven't, well, we know everything around the jab pretty much hasn't been true. So I'm getting that there's a lot of things that she said and it's not true and correct, and people are calling out that now, and it's coming back to bite her on the ass. This could be with, it could be around opposition leaders calling out the BS. But I do feel that things are going to bite her on the ass, and she's going to feel stupid. She's going to feel stupid because the thing is, there's a lot of facts out there now that can prove some of her statements were wrong. Oh, she made some terrible statements during all that pandemic thing, didn't she? That was so false now, looking back. We knew they were false at the time, us BS detectors. But I am getting that elastic band. Things are going to start to hit Jabcinda. She's going to get caught out for some of her lies. And what's she going to say? You can't, because it's all written on the CDC. See, it's like I said to you guys yesterday. Remember that big pharma's exempt from everything. So they're, you know, wiping their hands of everything. Bye, you go deal with it, all you government leaders. It's your problem now if you've got people with jab injuries and all this kind of thing, people dying, and that's on you. So pretty much Jabcinda's going to be wearing a bit of this, I feel, which is yay. Wouldn't that be so awesome? I know you people in New Zealand would love that. Things to come back and bite her on the ass. Of course, she'll try and cover it up and say, you know, sometimes these things just happen. You know, that's what they do. But we know sometimes these things don't just happen, that they just seem to be happening since the jab will roll out. Strangely, it all coincides, doesn't it? Let's see where else we go today. God, it's showing me like this isn't for you watching my channel. This is the people waking up and the people in their bubble denial suits who are trying to refuse to look at any of the truths. The sleepwalkers. It's showing me like they're really struggling now, but they don't have much strength. It's showing me, you know how you see people and they sort of pump their muscles and they have a bit of strength and they have a good backbone. We often talk about jellyfish and things here. Well, they're showing me these sleepwalkers. A lot of them are like floppy spaghetti that's been cooked. They're all floppy, like they don't have a lot of strength. And when you think about it, it's like, you think of your chakra systems, it makes you all elongated when you're strong in all your sort of chakras. I don't normally talk about chakras, but they do play a part in our soul awakening process, because you have to have strength in your heart, strength in your throat, strength in your mind, you know, strength everywhere throughout your body. And that's what these people are kind of lacking. And that's why it's the awakening process, because they need to get stronger in their sort of spiritual, what would you call them? Oh, I suppose chakras, but your spiritual body. Because a lot of these people aren't really in touch with their spirituality yet. But I feel like that's going to come in the next 6 months. A lot of people are going to be woken up spiritually. That yes, you've been lied to. I mean, that's very hard for people to understand why their government would lie to them after they've said they're going to save them all. And, you know, we've provided this wonderful jab for you, but actually this jab is very toxic, if only they knew, and it's killing people and maiming people and damaging their lives. Well, that's the truth as we know it. But this is where this is going to be this spiritual awakening for them, and they're going to have to get their balance right, because at the moment they're like this floppy piece of spaghetti that's just all floppy and it's got no bones in it. Like, this is the kind of thing, that jellyfish again. That's what I'm getting for these people waking up. They've got to get their spirit, they've got to have their spiritual awakening to get their strength and power back, in order to fight back, I guess, against government, and to have their voices be heard. Let's see where else we go. God, I'm just getting this. Oh, my legs are going numb, guys. I've just got to stretch my legs. I've got pins and needles. I'm getting this term. Oh, what? Hang on. Waking up, waking up, waking up, waking up. I keep getting that from the guides, that people are waking up. And see what they're waking up from, well, apart from all the BS and everything, but they're waking up from the mass psychosis. I keep getting it, I keep saying it. They're coming slowly out of the mass psychosis. I talk about the hibernating bear, and they're a bit grizzly and grumpy because they're coming out, and they're going to be annoyed because they've been lied to. We know how this is all going to go. So I'm getting that waking up, waking up. The guides keep saying people are waking up. Fingers, God, I wish it would happen really fast. It's been the slowest bloody waking up in the history of time, hasn't it? Let's see where else we go. I'm just getting like people, and what, oh God, I've got pins and needles in my feet. Sorry, guys. I'm getting that people want relief in their life. They want help from the government. They want support. They want relief. They want hope. They want the government to come, and this is globally, they want the government to come from a different angle and try to help them and help prop them up and save them. But see, it's not happening. We know it's not happening, and we know it's never going to happen. But these people are still in this hope that the government's going to help to prop them up and stop all this. See, at first, what you got to remember is that these people thought that the pandemic caused all this. So you go back to the narrative a little bit and think, well, people thought we were all in debt because of the jab wheel, and you know, all the countries have spent so much money on the jab, and that made sense to them. But then every avenue started to get attacked. And this year, when all the silly nonsense starts to come out to do with the second part of the reset, and it doesn't make sense, they're going to start to realise, oh, hang on, maybe there is more to this, and maybe this is a plan to sort of change everything. Hello, yes, credit scoring, it's going to be very bad, isn't it? So I am getting that's what's going to happen. They're going to start to realise, and then they're going to go into damage control, a lot of these people, because they're going to have to start to change their life and start to look at things differently and start to become more aware, start to tap away. You know, we always talk about the criminal investigation boards and things like this, you know, and then trying to find all the information out and piecing it all together. It's a big puzzle. We know it's a big puzzle. It's been a puzzle for us even, and we've been on it since like day dot 3 years ago. So these people have got a lot of work to do. You could say it's like a 1,000-piece puzzle. It's not like a 20-piece puzzle that's kind of easy to do. It's like one of those really complicated puzzles that you've got zillions of pieces that you have to put together. Well, that's what they're going through now. They're having to put things together and become stronger spiritually. Which is not easy for a lot of people to do, because as we all know here, being a lot of us empaths, psychics, very sensitive souls, it's not easy living from those places. Most of us know that. You get very ostracized for being like that. It can be a bit lonely sometimes. I mean, we've all found each other here and it's beautiful. We've built like a little community, and we connect here of people of like mind that think the same. But it's not easy living around a lot of people who are in 3D. Like, I understand that. I know you guys understand that. And this is where it's hard for these people to face their reality now. It's very hard because they don't, I keep saying, they don't want to become us. They don't want to be us. They don't want to admit they were wrong. So they've got a lot of these hurdles, I guess, in front of them when it comes to facing their reality. Let's see where else we go. God, they're showing me this ocean, and there's all these little boats bobbing around in the ocean, which is the sleepwalkers. They're all like lost at sea. This is the image I'm getting, and they're trying to connect together. So I'm getting these people trying to connect their boats together. It's like putting chain from one boat to the other to make themselves stronger coming together. I always say that when people come together, they're stronger en masse. We know that here because we've come together and we support each other, and we call ourselves this blob movement moving forward of awakening people, and people stick to it as we move along. It grows and it grows and it grows. Well, I'm getting that now for these people waking up. Their boats, they've been lost out at sea, and now they're starting to find a way back. So they're bringing their boats together. You know, it's almost showing me like they're sharing water out there. They're sharing food out there. They're starting to strengthen each other. I'm getting that image for the people waking up. And there's a lot of people waking up who have been, like I always talk about, jab injured, lost their jobs through mandates. There's so many things that have happened. It's just crazy, nuts, that many stories. So now they're starting to connect and come together to strengthen each other and help to save each other is what I'm getting. If you think of these boats lost out at sea for ages and then suddenly they all find each other and then they pull themselves together, it makes them stronger to survive. And that's the people waking up. And that could be these truth movements, things like that are coming together to tell their real stories, because they have strength in numbers, because you can't do it on your own. It's too hard to fight back against government and all these big pharma, and you've got no chance, have they? So they have to come together. I mean, look what happened with that military in America. That was fantastic. The side effects proved it. There was just one thing after another. They were destroying people's lives. It's absolutely crazy. So that was a big win and a big victory. That might have actually inspired a lot of other people to come together and tell their stories and their truths as well. There's a lot of whistleblowers out there. I'm still getting that in 2023 in all different areas. I told you about the doctor here the other day, Karen Phelps, a very well-known doctor here in Australia. It's on my Chrissy Fitzgerald Psychic Life Coach page. Go check that video out. She talks about her injury, her partner's injury, and the amount of patients she's seen with vaccine injuries, and that she thinks we need to investigate and trial some of these jabs and what could be happening with them. So that's a big thing here in Australia, that somebody's actually brave enough to speak out. I'll see if there's something else today. Hang on a minute. They're showing us Braveheart biker freedom fighters, and we're sort of putting our Braveheart jackets back on. We've been on holidays for a couple of weeks and we've still got a little bit of a break to go, but we're putting our jackets on now. And what the guides are showing me is we've got very wide shoulder pads on these jackets. You could almost call them, is it epaulets? What are those things they put on where they put the stripes? We got a stripe for bravery the other week, didn't we, put on by the guides? But I'm getting this we're getting these very wide shoulders. So it gives us that, when you think of someone with broad shoulders, it's a saying that kind of means that things can wash over you and, oh, he's got broad shoulders, he won't, get affected by that, meaning that we've got this strength now that people can say things to us, people can do things to us, and we've got these, mine aren't very broad, I'll do this. We've got very broad shoulders, meaning we don't get affected as much now. We've got a lot stronger. And that's why now our Braveheart biker jackets have got very broad shoulders, and it's showing me those, I think it's epaulets? What do they call those things? Anyway, you guys know what I mean. So we've got these broad shoulders now, and like the guides say, it makes room for more stripes, so we can earn some more stripes moving forward. So we've got very broad shoulders. Things don't affect us like they used to, and this is sort of verbally is what I mean here. We've got very broad shoulders. We've become a lot stronger. We're not as overwhelmed and sensitive, and we don't get as hurt. We sort of laugh at a few of these things, if anything. Let's see what we've got to close with today. Yeah, I'm just getting it. People want to run away from government. They do. People want to run away from government. They've had enough. We ran away from government. We ran away ages ago, and we all took off into Terra Bella. We created these wonderful places for us to go to that make us happy and feel joy, and we feel free as well. And that's what these people are wanting to do now. They're wanting to run from government. They want to feel free. They want to run away from government. That's what I'm getting. The sleepwalkers, they don't want to run towards government. They're starting to want to run away from government. I keep saying that. Hang on a minute. Sometimes, you can hear the birds anyway while there's a bit of silence. Oh, I'm getting this song. I don't know who sings it. I wanna run, 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 run away. Oh, I wanna run, 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 run away. Oh, who sings that song, guys? Hey, 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 I. I want to run, 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 run away. Well, that's what they want to do. I don't know who sings this song, guys. One of you might know it. I'm hopeless at knowing the name of bands. But that's what they want to do. Run, 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 run away. Because they want their old lives back. Their old lives are gone. They're gone. They're finished. Done and dusted. Old lives are gone. Poof, gone. Just let me see. God, I'm getting this band Devo. Hang on a minute. I can't get it. I can't get the song. I can picture the film clip. They've got these red hats. Oh, what's the film clip? Devo. I'll let you know what it is in the next one because I just can't get to it. They got these red like workman hats on. Devo. Remember the band Devo? Oh, old as the hills. But I am getting that song with the red hats on. I wish I could think of it. I just can't even get the tune. I'll let you know in the next video what that was. I'll see if they can't give us something else to close with today. Oh, I'm getting a song. Oh, who sings it? Oh, I think it's Guns N' Roses. Is it Sweet Child of Mine? Oh, and it's where do we go now? Where do we go now? I. Where do we go now? Whoa, whoa, whoa. And I think that's a song probably for everybody. I think it's a song for us. I think it's a song definitely for the sleepwalkers because, like, where do we go now? Our government has turned their back on us and they're squashing us. We're being steamrolled virtually in America. You're being steamrolled. Where do we go now? Where do we go now? I'm sure it's Guns N' Roses. That's the song I'm going to leave you with today. Where do we go now? And I think that's a good question. And I think, to be honest, to answer that for us is that we just keep going back to Terra Bella. I know a lot of you comment about that all the time. We just go back to our happy place. We go back to our freedom. We go back to the things that make us feel good and uplift us inside. That's where we go. But we still sort of have to plan our life as well around the reset agenda because we still have to move forward and navigate this in some kind of structured way, I guess. So it is like, where do we go now? Like, where do we go now? Do we just keep doing this like forever? Do I keep doing these videos and we get guided through this absolute clown show that we keep calling it, and there's more to come? That's what I'm getting. And for the people waking up, it's where do they go now? Meaning their government. Where do they go when their government's just turned their back on them and dismissed them and squashing them? It's actually probably a pretty appropriate song, I would say. So let's go listen to it. I'm pretty sure it's Guns N' Roses, is it? Pretty sure it is. Anyway, let's go listen to that. Where do we go now? And if you've got any ideas, leave them down below of where we go now. Because everything's a little bit in the air. And I'm going to go and enjoy my beautiful Terra Bella space here today, being spring. I've shared my sunshine with you and my birds. Can you hear them? I do love hearing the birds too. They do hibernate in winter. They go very quiet, don't they? All right, well, I'm going to say goodbye from Australia. Take care, everybody. And I will come on and do another video tomorrow. I hope you're all going well and your New Year's going well. I hope you're not too snowed in a lot of your cold countries. Hit the like buttons, guys. Please subscribe. And I will talk to you very soon. Take care. Bye.